before the Professor Michael Quay's committee, because it is the committee is asking people why the NPP lost. You have stories to tell.
It's a very bogus committee.
Why do you say so?
Why? And you know, a committee that is put together, and it's an intentional committee put together just to make sure that we find certain facts and push a particular candidate away from the candidacy so that we can bring our own. You call that a credible committee, fact-finding committee. If Professor Michael Quay thinks he has integrity, thinks that he is credible, I want the first page of his fact-finding report. Why my son Michael Quay Jr. lost Dome-Kwabenya seats. He should give us a detailed report on that.
It is possible,
if he's able, no.
It is possible it could be captured.
No, if he's able to do it, and do it with the needed integrity, with the transparency, without biases and prejudices, I will take any report finding that he puts in there against Dr. Bawumia. Other than that, that report will not work in this party.
Is this not a premature conclusion, knowing very well that the report is not out? We don't even know the content.
The composition. He should, no, please, your backyard is burning. And you think the best person to lead a fact-finding committee like that constituency is included, will do a thorough job for you. So why don't you go out for an independent person? So you want the entire committee changed, bring in new people to do this work? This is not the first time. I'm telling him there are other credible members. That's why I'm saying, I'm just talking about him. I know there are other members. I'm not attacking anybody. I am attacking the chair of it. Hey, couldn't we have found anybody in the party to chair? Because he's conflicted. Exactly. Why do you do that? And we know what we know, and we've heard what we've heard. He shouldn't come and tell us that we should blame everything on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia because Ghanaians don't want him, and that he won't fly again, and then we can't market him again, and so blah 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 blah. Uncle Trust and Yamani were reporting him. You suspect that is what is coming up? We are warning him. If he brings that report, nobody's going to work with that report, and that it means that we are not serious to rebuild, we are not serious to regroup, and we are not serious to recapture power. The Ashanti report doesn't blame Bawumia for the party's defeat, at least from what we've... And that is credible. Couldn't the same person have done that work for the party? Who has more parliamentary experience and electoral experience than Oseche Mensah? But that is only Ashanti. His name was there and they shut it down. That is only Ashanti. The feeling may be different from the other... His name came up, they shut it down. The other 15 regions. The name popped up, they shut it down. Why? Why? And now we want somebody whose hands are already soiled in a defeat. And now he's coming to determine whose defeat to what? To structure and present. That is a what? Do you know the number of votes that we bring on board from Dome-Kwabenya? His son should bow down his head in shame anywhere he is right now. We win over 30,000 margin. You present your son. Since I sat on the seat, my son is going to, my son can do it, my son can do it. They have never given me peace in that constituency. We hand over the mantle to your own son, and you were running the show with your son, and you bring this humiliating defeat to the party, and you still think you have credibility to determine whether Bawumia should come again or not. No, we are bringing Bawumia back. But if you think that, the candidate you presented in 2024 was not the choice of the people, and you obviously is the choice, then why don't you go back and take the seat for the NPP? I have said it, Elton. I said the only person that can change my mind is your father. Take that seat again. And you know the dynamics of the constituency. Right. Crystal Safo, without Crystal Safo, you cannot win Dome-Kwabenya. The guy can go 100 times without me, and Dome-Kwabenya is Adwoa Safo and her father. And without me and my father, that seat will be forever for the NDC. And it was your son who sold it to them. So it was a personal decision not to help him campaign in the last day, because you were solely behind Dr. Bawumia across the country. Some are saying, why didn't you help him win? You neglected him, and now the seat is out of the hands of the NPP, in the hands of a person who, for some, didn't even think that she was going to win. Elton, There's a popular Bible verse. A prophet is not respected in his own town, right? If I was giving the needed acknowledgement, the respect that I deserved as a third-term MP, no MP has... Esodaku was the first MP of that constituency. He was part of Medina from NPP. He did 2 terms. Professor Michael Quay was the next MP. He did 2 terms. The first woman to lead and shoot the votes up massively was me. And I was the first to be able to do a 3-term in that constituency. Nobody wants to show me a single acknowledgement or respect. Nobody came knocking on my doorstep. And I still have the popularity and the support of the people that anywhere I go with him, they will leave him and come to me. The guy feels threatened. You know what? Before the declaration of results for this just ended 2024 general election,
right.
You know, there was an issue with Dome-Kwabenya. They wanted to vote.
Yes, it took a while before the declaration was done. I
was invited to a meeting. I was called by the campaign manager, Honorable Pariansa. The chief of staff also called. I went. A few of the big wigs called me. I said, okay, I'm going to be there. I got there. Michael Quay Jr. was in the meeting. He told the members there that if I am seated in the meeting, he's not ready to have a meeting with them. And I told him I'm not a pushover. If you want any profession in the world, that seniority is something that they cherish. It's the legal profession. And that is why when I see Atachi, I go like, oh, senior. I said, I'm your senior at the bar. Assuming we were in court, you will rise for me to take a seat and do my case before you do. So why do you want them to walk me out of a meeting that I have done 23 years at the bar. I won't leave. Then you will better leave. So the General Secretary, Honorable McMenu and everything, they took him out. I don't know whether they pampered him or whatever they said to him. And then he came back into the meeting. So after the meeting, I told them, you're always blaming me that I am not part of the campaign over there. Even in this small 4-corner room that we are seated with this guy, he's not comfortable, he wants me out. You think when he mounts a political stage for a rally, he would invite me to be there? So today you've all witnessed what you've witnessed. And so nobody should blame me. All the billboards in the constituency that he pasted his face and that of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's face on, those were my billboards. And my father's church's billboards. If he had gone for it from a commercial vendor, they would have given it to him for free because he's a handsome guy. He would have paid for it. No, but no. So why do you turn around and say, I didn't contribute my quota in the constituency? Those billboards are for that of my father. And those I personally mounted. And he used them. Till there, thank you, Kramai. Then you tell me that I haven't done anything.
This question, I mean, so many comments, but 99% of them, they are asking that you abstain from the decision of Parliament regarding the e-levy. There's also the time when Parliament had to vote for the budgets, and then a personality was seen on the floor. There are questions whether it was you or not. If you can help us clarify this matter once and for all.
I want to finish something about Dome-Kwabenya, then I'll move on there. The party should say it as it is. Elton, this guy will stand on a campaign platform during our primaries and ask delegates, compare me with Adwoa, compare our fathers. Adwoa's father is an illiterate. Adwoa's father is a farmer. Adwoa's father is a nobody in politics. My father is a professor and educated. My father has been in parliament before. My father has done the work before. If you have these options, would you take a farmer's daughter to parliament? Apostle Dr. Adwoa Safo's contribution to this country, recognizable by even a child that is born today,